smiling faces here at senior night. My name is Bella Brinkman, and I'm going to be one of your orientation leaders for WCC University. I'm so excited to show you guys all of the tips and tricks of living here at college. So if you're ready, let's go.
Hey guys, Hannah Rose here. I'm here to help Bella Brinkman in sharing all the tips and tricks that you will need to know. So as she said, let's go. A piece of advice that I'm sure you'll hear a lot is the importance of getting involved. There are so many new people and new things to try in college especially. And I think that it's really important to explore those things. And who knows, like you might come across a new great hobby of yours. Maybe you join the Quidditch team and that is suddenly your thing. Or the knitting club, right? Like who knows how fun that is. Or maybe it's just your classic D&D circles or ultimate frisbee team. Like there are just so many options, and if there isn't something you like, you can always create something new. So I think it's definitely a time to get involved, try new things. There are definitely some things that you should not get involved with. I don't think I need to get into that because this is like a church event. But I think that it is important to try new things and enjoy your time.
One of the best parts about college is you get to take classes that you want to take. For example, I just got out of a creative painting class. Look at the painting I made for my final project. Or this painted rock. But in all seriousness, college is your time that you get to explore yourself and your passions. So take classes that you want to take and take classes that make you excited. But also know that you might have to take classes that aren't so much fun, but do get the job done.
Something that's really important is to invest in your professors. I don't mean financially unless you want to bring them a donut, in which case hopefully they'll return the favor in class or something like that. But invest in your professors in those relationships because professors make a huge difference. From them, you can learn who else you should connect with and learn about what things you're really interested in. They can just be so helpful in mentoring you and providing new opportunities for you, honestly. So be sure to, go to those office hours or send that email and ask those questions because those relationships do really matter.
Wouldn't it be amazing if jobs looked at our social media to decide if they want to hire us? I guess everything you need to know about me on there, who my friends are, what my favorite restaurants are, what my music taste is, and my sense of fashion. I mean, what more do you need to know when hiring somebody? But unfortunately, that's not the case, which is why it's so important to have a good resume. Even having one good resume can save you so much time. And you don't even know the amount of things you can use it for, whether it be a job offer, a scholarship, or joining a club or organization. It's so important to have one really well-made resume. So whenever an opportunity comes up, you have it ready to go just to send off.
As important as the social and philosophical advice is, logistics do matter. So here we go. Always have paper towels and Clorox wipes in your room. You will never know when they come in handy and you will need them. So always have those. 2, keep an eye on your laundry. Keep that timer right. Figure out which one goes longer, which one goes shorter, and stay on time with that. I don't think people are not going to really steal your stuff, but they will be ruthless and just dump it out so that they can get their spot. So keep an eye on your laundry. And 3, when you're on the way to the shower, be sure to be wearing a robe, have your towel, and be wearing your shower shoes, okay? I prefer Crocs because they announce to everybody with the color and the noise that I am coming through. But it's just important to, have the basics. Don't lock yourself out of your room when you go to the shower. Everybody makes that mistake at some point. So don't make that mistake. But just be sure to be prepared. And those are some of just the nitty-gritty essentials that I think are important when it comes to the logistics of school.
One of the most important things to learn in college is how to save and spend your money wisely. For example, this is one of the last $5 I have in my name, and I'm going to put it in my wallet and keep it safe and sound and save it until I want an iced dirty chai latte. Also, coming from personal experience, just because the coffee shop allows you to spend your money on coffee does not mean you should spend all of your dining dollars on coffee. Because there will come a day that you want a sandwich and you won't be able to get one because you spent all your money on coffee. Freshman year is rough.
An important part of college is learning how to take risks, but to do so safely. I like to call this being responsibly reckless. For example, last week I went skydiving, but I would never cross the street without looking both ways first.
If you're like me, working out is not your forte, but that doesn't mean it's not important to take care of your physical health while you're at school. When you're at school, your life is going to be so jam-packed between classes, having social interactions, and being in clubs and organizations. It's so easy to forget to take time for yourself. Being active is one of the best things you can do, both for your mental health, but also to have some time to yourself. And it doesn't have to be going to the gym every single day. It can be things like going on a walk, going on a bike ride, or simply leaving your room and going up and down a couple flights of the stairs. Getting active every single day is one of the best ways to both take care of your mental health, but also taking some time to yourself. Now, if you please excuse me, I have to get these reps in.
One really important tip that I have for you guys is to communicate your boundaries with your roommate. You guys can be best friends, which would be awesome, but you don't have to be, as long as you guys can live well with each other. So be sure to understand your boundaries and expectations for your room, for visitors, for private time, and all that. Because otherwise you can get in some pretty awkward situations and see things that you really don't want to have seen. Yeah, I'm not sure if that story is totally PG, and since there are parents here tonight, I'll pass on that one. But just be sure to communicate with your roommate about your boundaries and expectations.
College is all about moderation, and that comes with our food choices also. This is probably one of your first times you'll be buying food for yourself. So make sure to buy healthy food that fuels your body and your mind. As you can see, I try to keep my food choices pretty clean. Oh, this? Oh, we don't talk about that. But in all seriousness, this is probably one of your guys' first times ever buying food for yourself. So as you're having fun, make sure you're also getting some healthy choices in there. Also, make sure you are eating 3 meals a day and there are some fruits and some veggies thrown in there. And if that means you have to make a chocolate cake every now and then, by all means do so.
A piece of advice that I learned from one of my first mentors in college that I didn't understand at first, but I've come to really appreciate, is this whole idea of friend shopping. Now, it's not just about picking something off the rack and then throwing it right back. It's about exploring new elements of your style, right? Young adulthood in college is all about finding new friendships and new relationships, and you try one thing on and maybe it doesn't quite work with your style or your fit, right? And so you find something new and you try out different things. And I think that whole idea is so important because you want to stay true to yourself and find your people. And those people often change. Your first year friends might not be your fourth year friends, you know, or they could be, you never know. But I think it is really important to go friend shopping and really embrace that. And just know that there's always a new style out there, right? And there are always new people out there for you to connect with and develop those relationships with.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's embarrassing. But this is kind of what college is your time is yours and you get to make decisions for what you want to do with your time. And that's so exciting. But that also has a great responsibility. For most of you, going to college is expensive and you're paying to be there, which means you have to make good choices with your time. This means going to classes, doing your homework. If you're having trouble, go to tutoring. If you have a job, make sure you go to your shifts. This is a super exciting time in your life when you get to make your own choices about what to do in your free time. But make sure you're being responsible with your time. But also don't forget that you can still be a kid.
Thank you guys so much for listening to our couple tips and tricks for next year. We are so excited to support and celebrate all of you in all of your accomplishments and in your next steps. So congratulations once again. We are here for you always, and we wish you all the best moving forward.